James Brown drummer John Jabo Starks dead at 79. John Jabo Starks, the drummer who helped anchor some of James Brown&apos' biggest hits, died Tuesday, The New York Times reports. He was 79. From rock thunder machines to punk powerhouses, we count down the kings and queens of slam. Starks&apos manager Kathy Williams confirmed his death. She said he and apos d been in hospice for about a week and was battling leukemia and myelodysplastic syndromes. Starks played with Brown during the 60s and 70s, most notably as part of a percussion duo with Clyde Stubblefield, who died last year. Though Starks and Stubblefield had distinct playing styles, together they created a powerhouse rhythm section that defined funk, and later hip-hop. The duo are among the most sampled drummers of all time. In an interview with Rolling Stone, one of Starks&apos' many acolytes, Roots drummer Questlove, described the dynamic between Starks and Stubblefield, saying, "Starks was the Beatles to Clyde&apos' Stones. A clean-shuffled drummer to Clyde&apos' free jazz left hand." Starks and Stubblefield played in Brown&apos' live band and joined him in the studio. They worked on classic albums like I Got the Feelin' and apos, Say It Loud, I&apos' Black and I&apos' Proud and Cold Sweat, while Starks drummed on singles such as The Payback, Super Bad, Get Up, I Feel Like Being a Sex Machine. Starks also played with other artists in Brown&apos' orbit, including the JBs, Bobby Bird and Lynn Collins. His drumming on Collins&apos' 1972 single Think About It has been sampled by an array of artists, most notably Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock on their 1988 hit, It Takes Two. In a tribute on Instagram, Questlove praised Starks&apos' stunning skill and detailed his lasting influence. It was Clyde that was James&apos' prettiest rhythm master. But Starks was his most effective drummer. It was the &apos' Think About It break that birthed New Jack Swing culture, B&apos' more/Jersey House and 90s R&B. It was &apos' Hot Pants, I&apos' Am Comin' and &apos' I Know You Got Soul that really cultivated the classic East Coast renaissance of 87 to 92. His eight-on-the-floor style was so unique in his funk. A serious funk god. Born in Jackson, Alabama in 1938, Starks taught himself how to drum using a makeshift kit comprising a bass and a snare drum tied to a chair, while the cymbals sat on a dinner stand. At a local club, he played with some of the biggest blues musicians of the era, John Lee Hooker, Howlin' Wolf, Big Mama Thornton, eventually joining Bobby Blue Bland&apos' band in 1959. He drummed on Bland&apos' biggest hits, including Turn On Your Love Light and I Pity the Fool, before joining Brown in 1965. In the mid-70s, after splitting with Brown, Starks began to record and perform with B.B. King. Later, he reunited with Stubblefield, forming a duo called the Funk Masters that recorded music, instructional videos and even helped craft the music for the 2007 comedy, Superbad. Even as he got older, Starks continued to perform live, holding down a regular gig at a bar in Grayton Beach, Florida. According to its owner, Starks last performed there in March. "When I'm playing music, man, let me tell you one thing, there ain't nobody in the world higher than I am," Starks said in 2015. "I get so high playing music, it scares me.